We got UFC London this weekend. Edwards versus Brady. Obviously, the card's not as good as it once was because JDM pulled out, but still a pretty solid card overall. Just lacking main event a bit. Probably going to be a little bit of a smudge fest, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. First, I got to get this out of the way. Sean Brady needs a nose job like none other. I don't even know how that dude breathes, but that's besides the point. I'm going to go through the whole card. Obviously, I'm not going to be given the opening early prelim the same amount of time and attention as the main event. So I'm going to kind of bang those earlier fights out, give my picks, just a few solid ones, throw those on your parlay, and then I'll go into more depth when it comes to the big guns. First, we got Guram Kutateladze versus Fernandez. This one's a pretty easy pick in my book. It's going to be Guram Kutateladze. He's pretty hyped up early in his UFC career, but since then, he's had a few losses and a few questionable wins. And as far as Fernandez goes, what do you want me to say? Like, I've been watching this guy since his pro debut. Like, I don't know, dude. He's a can, and it's a clear setup for Guram Kutateladze to get back in the win column. So I'm going with Guram by however he wants. Next, we got Nathan Fletcher versus Colan Lorgren. Nathan Fletcher, he's from the Ultimate Fighter, so he's not going to be as good as a Dana White Contender Series guy. I don't know where Lorgren's from. Apparently, he just took a L. And it looks like Nathan Fletcher took a dub, so I'm going to go Nathan Fletcher via momentum. Oh, hello, Shana. And next we got Shana Bainin versus Paja Tumar. Actually, both of them. I don't know, dude. This could be a coin flip. Here, let's see. Oh, I got a coin on me. Shit. I'm just going to use my golf chip. Heads, tails. Should I flip my hand? I didn't see it, yes. Tails. So I'm going to go with Puja Tumar by tails. Next, we got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Poloniev. Leroy Duncan's actually been pretty good. He just lost to RoboCop not too long ago, which he actually put up a very good fight, was hitting RoboCop with some good shots. But, RoboCop has a pretty good chin, and early on he's a force to be reckoned with. So you can't look into that loss too much because it was a good performance from Duncan while it lasted. God. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Leroy Duncan. Puliev, I'm sure he has a Russian last name. I'm sure he's a good grappler. Everyone's gonna be saying he's gonna win. But just like I called last fight night or last card, who did I pick? I don't know. I picked against one of the Russians, and everyone looked at me like I had three eyes, and he ended up winning. So I'm gonna go with Christian Leroy Duncan, however he wants. Next we got Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. Tybura, he's the favorite. I don't know why he's fat. Mick Parkin's even fatter though. But Mick Parkin trains with Tom Aspinall. Sure, he has good striking. Marcin Tybura gets hit a lot on the feet, and yeah, he has decent ground game. He doesn't have the best takedowns. He got some good scrambles, a good ground and pound. But I think Parkin's gonna win. He's a beautiful dog pick. So if you're betting, throw some on Mick Parkin. Easiest return of your life. So yeah, I got Mick Parkin probably by knockout. Next we got Felipe Dos Santos. We got Felipe Dos Santos versus Lonier Kavanaugh. Again, I don't know who Lonier is, bro. All I know is Dos Santos. I think he trains at Chute Box. He's a marauder. He's a dog. I know Loner's the favorite, but I got Felipe Dos Santos out dogging Kavanaugh. Probably hurt him on the feet, hurt him on the ground, do whatever he wants with him. Might get hit, might get dropped, but he's gonna get back up. And he's gonna keep fighting. And he's gonna finish or just flat out beat Loner Kavanaugh. So go with Felipe Dos Santos. Easiest dog pick of the century. Next we got Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Padilla, I guess he's from the U.S., so it'd be Padilla. I'm gonna go Jai Herbert. Only man to drop Ilya Topuria. He's a rangy striker, fast striking, some power in his shots. A little bit chinny, but I think he has what it takes to beat Chris Padilla. Padilla, like I don't know what pronunciation he wants me to use, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Jai Herbert. He's just a very solid striker. To be honest, I'm not too sure about his grappling. Could be hot cross buns, but I'm gonna go Jai Herbert. I don't think Chris Padilla is gonna take him down. And if he does, he's a loser. So next we got Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Chargy. I don't know. I saw this dude fight in France. I feel like who's he fight on the France card? Hmm. He won. I'm gonna go with Nathaniel Wood. He's the home star. He's got the home field advantage. Both these guys are coming off wins. I've seen Nathaniel Wood's name tossed around a lot. I've never really looked into his lore all too much, but I'm just doing the eye test right now, and I got Nathaniel Wood. Next, we got what in the world are those tats? That is depressing. We got Jordan Vucinic versus Chris Duncan. Why would you get tattoos like that? Jordan Vucinic, fighting's kind of his last hope. He's never gonna get a job. If these dudes kind of look like twins, actually, if you take off the tattoos, seriously, look at them side by side. They kind of look like they're twins, like very similar. Um, but I'm gonna go with Chris Duncan. I think Jordan Vucinic has had too much tattoo damage over the years. I think the ink's gonna start building up in him, giving him some problems, and it's just gonna weigh him down, make him slower in the fight. So I'm gonna go Chris Duncan by however he wants. Next, we got Meatball Molly versus Alexia Tithorna. Now, Meatball Molly's an absolute can. Alexia, she's from DWCS. I feel like I should go with Meatball Molly, right? Like, she's a hometown girl. Dana wants her to win. They're probably setting her up with a can. They probably just let this girl in the UFC just so they could give Molly McCann another highlight. Next, we got Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Gunnar Nelson used to be good back in the day. And Kevin Holland, I just don't think he cares anymore. I think he's just like, he's a constant supply of money. Maybe he has like a mortgage to pay off or something. But he always fights, and I don't think he cares whether he wins or loses. He got done pretty dirty by RDR. But Gunnar Nelson fights like once every 20 years. He's an old head. Kevin Holland's going to have the better striking. Kevin Holland's ground game really isn't that bad. I just think he had a really, really bad performance against RDR. And I think he's going to want to come back from that and shut some people up. So I think he's going to have a little fire under him. Gunnar Nelson, your time's come, buddy. It's time to pack it up. Kevin Holland, Trailblazer, is going to knock out Gunnar Nelson. Dude, if Kevin loses, he's got to retire. Like, why? He's like on a Tony Ferguson run, damn near. So, like, how many more chances are we going to give Kevin Holland? This is welterweight too, dude. He's bouncing between weight classes like this. But yeah, I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. I'll probably say a knockout. I don't really feel like he goes to too many decisions. Like, if he wins a fight, it's usually by a finish. He has a pretty good dart stroke, and then he has a sniper of a right hand. So either one of those could catch Gunnar Nelson. I think he's going to do most of his work on the feet and hurt Gunnar Nelson bad. Probably a TKO or a knockout. Next, we got Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Alberg. The amount of people getting this fight wrong is extraordinary. Carlos Alberg, he's pretty much a poor man's Alex Pereira. Same height, pretty much the same build, same style. He's got really good kickboxing. Grappling is there, not the best. His grappling's better than Pereira's. Kickboxing worse. There's the trade-off. And Jan Blachowicz, he has really good striking. He has really good grappling. Or should I say he had really good striking and grappling. Because Jan Blachowicz is now in his 40s. He's been inactive. Last time he fought was against Alex Pereira, which he arguably won. I'll give him that. But he gassed out, coming off multiple surgeries along with a layoff. And yeah, he's an old dude. No one can beat age, no matter how much you love him or hate him. Not a singular fighter can beat age. It's one thing if this would be heavyweight, I'd be like, okay, it doesn't matter as much. But the lower the weight class, the more age matters, because it really takes away at the speed as a first thing, but it also takes away at the durability pretty early on. So, Jan's been known for having a granite chin, but don't be surprised if Carlos Alberg cracks it. I think this fight's going to look very similar to Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira. Jan might land a few takedowns here and there, but I think Carlos will be able to defend all the submissions. They have Craig Jones training, I think, at City Kickboxing. And overall, the City Kickboxing guys have really good submission defense. I don't think Jan's going to be able to hurt him on the feet. But Carlos Alberg did gas out that one fight and get knocked out, which he was winning though, so that was a while ago. I think he's been getting better, and Jan Blachowicz has only been getting worse. He's not getting any younger. He's been past his prime, and I think Carlos Alberg could really hurt him here. So I'm going to go Alberg by a KO, TKO, or a decision, just like out damage him, kind of like the Alex Pereira fight. I like Jan Blachowicz a lot, man, but his time has come. Can't fight forever. It's time for the GFL, the Grandpa Fighting League. And who knows, maybe you can match him up with like Tito Ortiz or Chuck Liddell in there. For the main event, we got Edward Scissorhands versus Sean Brady. This one is, I'm still not even sure, so I'm kind of just going to pick it here on the spot. Leon, It does not do well with pressure. I mean, you could see in the Colby fight, when Colby started actually pressuring him, he won those last 2 rounds. Definitely the fifth, arguably the fourth. Usman fight. Usman was pressuring him in the second fight. He just dominated Edwards. The Law fight, especially, which Leon's coming off of, he just pressured Leon. And Leon isn't good at fighting off the back foot. Leon, he has some of the slickest striking in the UFC. Extremely measured, extremely technical. His grappling isn't bad by any means. That's the thing, though. His takedown defense isn't the best. Once he gets to the ground, his grappling is actually pretty solid. He can even land some takedowns here and there, but he doesn't really have that scramble ability. Like every time he tried to scramble with Colby, he kind of just got outdone. And Sean Brady's at this point probably a better grappler than Colby. His striking, it's been looking good. He literally is a very similar fighter to Colby. Apparently his cardio is good. Leon breaks pretty easily. Not saying I wouldn't break if I was being slammed on my head and punched in the face, because I probably would be. But I'm just saying, when you're looking at a fight, you gotta look at who breaks. Sean Brady, his only loss is to the champion Bilal Muhammad, standing TKO, which is a really bad look. Really bad look. But it was like, I don't know. I don't think it was like the best stoppage. And since then, he's just gotten way better. He definitely learned his lesson. I don't know how he got TKO'd by Bilal though on the feet. Somehow Bilal still couldn't knock him down. To be honest, Leon, he always has a puncher's chance, as we saw in the second Kamaru Usman fight. But Leon, at the end of the day, he's not a finisher. Only time I saw him fight like a finisher was in the first Bilal Muhammad fight when he was really going out there. But even then, it was eye poke city. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Sean Brady. I think he's just gonna do a great job pressuring Leon. He's probably learned from Bilal Muhammad's game plan. I think he actually has pretty solid fight IQ. Good defensive striking too. I think he gets it done. I think he's just gonna overwhelm Leon. Just literally walk forward and throw like Bilal did. Shoot takedowns, kind of smudge him. And that's why I'm upset the Jack Della Maddalena fight got taken off. Over the past few years, as a UFC fan, I kind of just start to expect the least. Like, if there's a stacked card, I just don't get excited for it. I mean, I do, but I try not to, because a lot of times, at least one of the good fights on every card will get canceled. So, if you have your expectations as low as possible, if anything less than the absolute worst happens, then it's a win in your book. So, yeah, this fight not as good as the original. I wanted to see Edwards finally fight a striker. I think we could have got a beautiful fight there, but now we're just gonna get another smudge performance. Either way, it's just gonna be a lot of nut grabbing and cage smudging. So I'm gonna go with Sean Brady, probably by decision. Who knows? Those are my picks for UFC Fight Night. Edwards Brady. In my last video, I got a lot of hate for my hot takes. If they're all agreeable, it would be called, I don't know, my agreeable takes. Obviously, not everyone's gonna agree with them. Welcome to the real world. But if you don't got anything nice to say, just don't say it. Nah, I'm just playing. If you want to talk some crap in the comments, go ahead. I'm sure I've heard 10 times worse. And hey, if you got something nice to say, send that too. But thank you for watching. I hope these fights are amazing, and I'll see you soon.